Okay. Double check this. Do, do, do. There we go. Cool. Alright.
Cool beats?
It should be working, theoretically.
Like I added theoretically.
It looks like it's live. Okay. Um. Yeah, let me just fix the attendance sheet here. Bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna mark this as a no-show. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Alright.
Oh, wait, I gotta do it right. No, it's... yeah.
Okay. So, obviously, this week, we are going to be going over, like, terminology. Essentially, the Overwatch dictionary.
Right.
So, like I say, it's going to be split up into, two segments, like the lesson portion. We're gonna start. Okay, I actually wrote it down here. Cool. So we're gonna watch the first 15 minutes of the Ultimate Guide to Callouts and Terminology in Overwatch 2, and then we're gonna take a quiz on that information, and then we're gonna watch the. I don't know if it's the remaining 15. Nah, it's probably not the remaining 15 minutes. It's probably gonna be more like the. I don't know, maybe like 7 minutes or whatever. We'll figure it out and do another quiz after that. Obviously, following that, we'll boot up the game, switch over to match comms, do a little bit of quick play. Then in comp, we'll take 45 minutes for comp, take a 15-minute break, and then finish out with 45 more minutes of comp. So we're gonna start the activity.
Alright. Let me save and quit this real quick.
Mm-hmm. Feel free to take notes if you want. it might be helpful.
Do you have Minecraft on your PC?
I do not anymore.
Oh. Is that kind of what I would enjoy seeing how you'd react to the world I have. I'm doing. I need to rename it though. But
Okay.
that's up to you. That's up to you though.
Yeah.
Because I got many toys that we played with. And magic. You can cast Fireball!
Yo, what's going on, fella?
Alright, gonna copy this.
And here, you know what's funny? We did call it though.
What?
Jake Paul won.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, like I say, that's how it works in wrestling, right? Like the older legend kind of loses and puts over the new young talent. That's how it always works. I don't know why anyone's surprised.
I know, right?
Not that I wanted Jake Paul to win, but like, I'm just saying that's how it goes.
It's for a reason, yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right. Oh, this is gonna be like I say, the Overwatch 2 dictionary or callouts guide. It's by Demigod Son. He's former top 500 player in Overwatch, so they know their shit. So yeah, we're gonna.
Why would anyone want to know their shit? It just gets flushed.
Oh my god, just fucking.
I had to do it at least once. You know
Experience
what I
the
mean?
power of AI content creation and the intelligence.
That's part of being a fun group.
Yo, what's going
you know
on,
what I mean?
fellas?
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Have you ever watched pros or
Oh, I got
content creators
ads.
play and it sounds like they're speaking
Yep.
a different language?
There we go.
Oh, is it good now?
Yep.
Okay.
That's very good. A bit more. I can go for Doom person. I can go for Zen after Zen after Zen. Go for Zen now. Go for Zen. Go for Zen. Go for Zen.
Well, my name is Demi, and welcome to the
Okay,
ultimate
that's
guide
way
to
too
callouts
fucking
and terminology in Overwatch 2, or as I like to call it, the Overwatch 2 dictionary. In this video, I'm going to be covering every callout, nickname, key term, and vocabulary created by the Overwatch community to help better your gameplay and communication. I hope to clear up any terms that are alien to you, whether it's snowballing, kiting, or even something simple like cooldowns or regrouping. This video is mostly for new players, but even those who are familiar with the game can learn a thing or two from this video. So please hit the like button, show me some support, and hit the subscribe button, or else I'll have to go all meet the grams on you. This video will be split up into 4 sections, the first being gameplay terms, the second being hero roles and classes, the third being hero specific callouts, and the final section will be on basic team compositions. All the timestamps are in the description, or you can just look at the chapters of the video, and let's get this started.
Med school is tough.
Ads.
Rigorous coursework,
Gotta love
daunting
it.
clinical rotations, and stressful board exams.
Skip. All right, you good?
Yep.
Ajax. When Lucio dies in the middle of casting his beat, resulting in him losing the ultimate without getting the effects off. This term was named after an old Overwatch League player named Ajax, who would do this quite often. Anti, or Purple, a debuff that will prevent an enemy from being able to be healed. Ana and Junker Queen both have the ability to inflict this status effect. This status effect has crucial potential for value, so to get the most value out of this debuff, your team should push in and try and finish off anyone who's anti before it wears off, since they cannot receive healing while under the status effect. Anti-blank. Something that directly counters or mitigates the value of the opposing threat. For example, if you wanted to play a composition that was anti-dive, it would consist of characters who cannot be dove, or characters that are beefy and strong at close ranges. Back. To back up to a better and safer position. This term is used to prevent overextending and bring your players back into a favorable position. This term is also used a lot when your team is losing the fight, in which case players should be trying to get out of the fight with their lives. Backline. The part of the team that will usually play behind the rest of the players. These include supports or sometimes long-range DPS. This is usually the easiest part of the team to kill.
No, I've
Bait.
used that one.
To make or trick enemies into using important cooldowns or ultimates without getting any value out of them to put your team in the advantage. Battle Mercy. A Mercy who uses their pistol a little too often, looking for kills rather than supporting their team. Battle Mercies are usually frowned upon unless they pull off some crazy play in which it's their ultimate girl boss moment. Block, or shield. To block enemy shots, abilities, or ultimates by using a shield or any ability that will mitigate damage, such as Doomfist block to absorb damage, or using Reinhardt's shield to block a shatter from stunning your whole team. Buff. When a hero receives an update in the game's patch notes that makes them stronger or more viable to play. C9. When a team forgets about the objective during a winnable or already won fight, causing them to lose the point or the game because of a simple mistake. This callout is named after the esports team Cloud9, who were infamous for forgetting about the objective in winning situations. Carry. To be significantly better than your teammates, which leads to a victory that's mostly because of your performance. Having the team in your backpack means that you're holding the weight of your team and bringing them to victory, even if their performance does not deserve the outcome. CC. Crowd control. Abilities that can stun or slow down enemies. Some of these abilities can shut down ultimates. These can include Brig Bash and Rally, Hinder, Sleep Dart, and more. Cheese. To play or to be on corny, strange, goofy, and silly heroes or compositions. Heroes included in the cheese category usually include Bastion, Junkrat, Pharah Mercy, Roadhog, Mauga, and many others. These characters or compositions usually are low skill but easily get value and are usually frowned upon to play because it ruins competitive integrity. Choke point, a specific area of the map, usually dividing the space owned by attackers and defenders, that is very tight or narrow and is a concentrated area for conflict. Breaking through the choke point can pose to be problematic, but is necessary for the attacker team to get to the point. Using shields, mobility, or taking angles in space with poke are usually usually ways to break through the choke point. Clutch. When a player makes a play during a losing fight or game and results in a win despite being at a disadvantage. Combo. The use of multiple abilities or ultimates to get the highest amount of value possible. Some of the most popular combos are Nano Blade, Window Fire Strike, and Grav Dragons. Contest. To be on the point while both teams are present on it. This is important for defending teams to do because it prevents the enemies from making progress on the objective. This is also important because it will trigger overtime. Cooldowns. Technically, cooldowns are the duration that abilities take to recharge, but the word cooldowns is used to acknowledge abilities, usually referring to important abilities such as Bappymore, Kirisuzu, or Maywall. The common thing to do is bait cooldowns so when you go into the fight, your team is at the ability advantage. Counter. Choosing a specific hero or team comp to mitigate and hinder an enemy hero or team comp, or to choose specific heroes or team comps that flourish against the enemy. Counter swapping. The action of swapping heroes constantly in response to what the enemy team is running, specifically to heroes or comps that counter the enemy team's heroes or comps. Cross. To move from one safe spot to another, usually having to pass through an area that is out in the open, which leaves you vulnerable to the enemy team. Dive blank. To go in with a high focus on killing or forcing cooldowns out of a specific target. This is performed with extremely high mobility and full team coordination to make the time to kill as low as possible. Dinked. Headshotted. Usually a term for characters that do a high amount of damage per shot, such as Kiriko, Ashe, Mei, etc. Down or up. Being down means to have one or more less players alive or available during a team fight compared to the opposing team. The term can be used for your team and for the enemy team. If your team is down 2, that would mean your team has 2 less active players before or during the team fight, meaning you're at a severe player disadvantage, suggesting a reset before entering the fight again. If the enemy team is down 2, then they have 2 less active players than your team, suggesting a push in to take advantage of the situation. You can also use this term for ultimates in specific hero roles, such as being down supports or down the tank. In reverse to this, being up means to have 1 or more teammates alive compared to the enemy team. You can also be up in ults, specific hero roles, or just players in general. Dry fight. A fight where a team purposely doesn't use ultimates. This will cause them to lose the fight. The goal of a dry fight is to force the enemy to use ultimates so that your team has the ultimate advantage in the next fight. Eat. To consume an ultimate with any of the following abilities: Diva's Matrix, Sigma's Grasp, and Orissa's Spin. All of these abilities will delete enemy projectiles. Engage with blank. To start a team fight by immediately using an ability or ultimate. Engaging with such ability or ultimate would require the team to use the value gained from using them to force an early victory in the fight. Feeding or inting. To take unwanted damage from the enemy team. This is most commonly from players overextending or peeking enemies for no good reason. This results in your teammates having to waste resources to assist you without getting any value. This also gives the enemies a lot of free ult charge and an opportunity to get a pick. Fight. A battle between both teams that will end in one team losing the battle. Overwatch games are not played like a normal shooter game. They have a certain flow that must be followed. The team groups up, takes a team fight all together, and then gets ready for the next team fight by regrouping. Flex. To switch to a hero that you usually do not play to win in a certain situation that calls for that hero. Someone who is very flexible will be able to adapt to new situations, which would require a vast hero pool or at least be able to play a few heroes that have different capabilities and purposes. Flank. To go behind enemy lines and take an alternative angle and surprise the enemy team. Focus blank. To specifically target someone on the enemy team. People call out to focus on high value targets or people who are easily killable. Force blank. To make an enemy use cooldowns so that they are either vulnerable or don't have that ability for the rest of the fight. This is paired with a plan for after that ability or ultimate is used, whether that's a bounce back with ultimates of your own or fight resets so your team has the ult advantage for the next fight. Frontline, the part of the team that is usually in front of everyone. This includes the tank and DPS. This is the beefiest part of the team and will usually be leading the charge. Height, or high ground, a higher portion of the map. This gives DPS an advantage because it provides them with better sightlines and covers most of their body. Hide, to stay behind cover to survive from enemy fire. Hitbox, the part of a character model that has hit registration. If you want to learn more about this, there will be a video linked in the description all about hitboxes in Overwatch. Huge, when an ability or ultimate gets a high amount of value and puts your team in a heavy advantage. Killbox, a part of the map that has the greatest opportunity for people to get kills in. This is due to these parts having little to no cover, bad escape routes, bad sightlines, and the enemies having a favorable sightline and angle on the area. Teams should push past the kill box as fast as possible and try to avoid staying in the area. Kill boxes can change during the fight based on the enemy's position and ult economy, so an area that was previously dangerous could be turned into a safe space for them. Kite, to back up or retreat from the enemy, usually as a response to ultimates being used, to prevent enemies from gaining value or minimize the value that enemies can get. This is a strategic move to make the enemy team use game-changing cooldowns or ultimates without getting value. Your team will then follow up the kite with a counter push with your ultimates now that you're in the ultimate advantage. Lane, a section of the map that is a path from one point to another. These lanes are usually parallel to the main objective path of the map and provide variety for teams to choose which lane they want to push from. Each lane provides different advantages to others and should be used in situations that require them. Low, or 1, when someone is extremely low in health and can easily be killed. These targets should be focused to finish them off and get a kill in the team fight. Low ground, layer of the map that is below the high ground or is primarily controlled by those on the high ground. Low ground is dangerous due to the angle that you have to look at to challenge those on high ground. It is best to try to rotate off of low ground and attempt to take high ground to be successful. Main, this lane of the map is where most team fights will occur because it's the objective path, but also because map geometry is often built around the concept of the main path of the map. Main hero, the hero that you primarily play because of your level of skill on them. This hero is usually your most played or go-to pick. Mega and Mini, the in-game health packs that are found around the map. A Mega health pack will heal for 250 HP, and a Mini health pack will heal for 75 HP. These packs can also be used as position callouts. For example, if a Tracer is at Mega, then they are close to or inside the room containing the Mega health pack. Meta, heroes or team composition that is the strongest in the current state of the game. The meta usually changes across patches because heroes receive changes that affect what compositions are the strongest. Momentum, when a team continuously wins fights one by one. Momentum gives teams confidence and makes the game play at their tempo, which makes them have better and quicker fight engagements, better ult economy, and snowballing opportunities. MTD, main tank difference, when a tank outplays another. Nerf, when a hero receives an update that makes them weaker and less viable to play. These don't always mean that the hero will be worse in the meta, but it definitely affects the gameplay of the hero specifically. No blank, when someone does not currently have an ability or ultimate. This callout has two common uses, one being when enemies use abilities that give your team an opportunity to take advantage of the fact, or if you use an ability that is important to your team or yourself. Off angle, an angle of the map that has sightlines on certain advantages that differentiate its value from the main angle of the map. Off angles are taken from sidelines or different lanes of the map and will usually give an alternative sideline on the enemy team. Off angles cover a sideline that is not usually defended, which gives an opportunity to damage vulnerable enemies who are distracted or forced to defend the main angle. Off angles are often taken by DPS players because they provide a perfect opportunity to pincer the enemy team or get a pick on the enemy backline. One trick, a player who can either play only one hero or is significantly better at one hero than anyone else in the roster. These people are usually frowned upon based on their hero of choice, but they are usually masters of that particular hero. Overextending, when a player pushes too far ahead from their teammates into a dangerous place or a kill box. This leaves them in an unfavorable position and usually leads to feeding or getting picked off. Peek, to look down a lane or to hop out of cover to attempt to get value, either by getting a pick, dealing damage, or just trying to zone off an area. Proper peeking is done safely by staying close to cover and peeking in little amounts of time, and by keeping in mind the advantages of the enemy team. If the enemy team has a Widowmaker that knows your location, it would not be a smart idea to peek in that situation because you will most likely get yourself killed. On the other hand, if you're trying to bait out an ability or ultimate, such as a soldier and railgun, then you can try peeking with assistance from your team to make the Soj use their shot. Peel, or help, to provide assistance and protection for your teammates in need. Peeling is needed to help vulnerable teammates, most commonly supports, from the enemy team. This can be done by attacking whoever's attacking your teammate, using cooldowns to protect your teammate, or healing them. Pick, an opening kill or kills that would set off a team fight. To look for picks is to look for an opportunity before the team fight begins to find a kill on the enemy team, which would give a massive advantage to the team getting a pick. Play fast or aggressive, or play slow and passive. To start, playing slow or passive is the act of playing to conserve abilities and most importantly focus on staying alive rather than getting kills. Playing slow has many attributes that in some situations can be extremely beneficial and in other situations very detrimental. Playing slow keeps your teammates alive better, reserves crucial resources until they are absolutely needed, and allows your teammates all the time they need to set up angles. On the other hand, playing slow drags out team fights drastically and it doesn't grant kills as easily as playing fast does. Playing fast or aggressive is the act of playing to get kills and play at a high tempo. By playing fast, a team can quickly execute abilities or ultimates to either surprise the enemy team and not give them time to prepare for the attack, or be able to catch the enemy team before they try to create space between themselves. This, however, requires map geometry to be close quarters or allow teams to close space between each other quickly. Also, enemy team compositions can counter this playstyle by playing spread out and using off angles and kiting to keep space and sightlines. Pocket. A pocket refers to when someone is focused on healing and or supporting a particular person. The term pocket usually refers to having someone to heal you in your pocket, or ready at all times. This term is usually associated with Mercy, since Mercy has the best pocket potential with her blue and yellow beams and her high mobility and survivability. Poke. To harass the enemy team from afar without using important abilities or ultimates. Poking is usually done before the actual teamfight commences to gain ult charge, hold off certain areas and angles from the enemy team, force resources out of the enemy team, and potentially get picks. A whole team composition called Poke is fully centered around this concept, but I will get into that later when I discuss team compositions. Reset. To regroup back with your team to prepare for the next team fight. Resetting is done after losing a team fight so the team can get prepared for the next one without wasting too much time. Resetting often requires players to either back up or purposely get eliminated to get back with their team faster. Resources. Abilities and ultimates. Burning resources means to make enemies use these abilities and ultimates so that they don't have much in the actual team fight. Rollout. The use of a hero's movement to create a fast and optimal route from one location to another using movement tech and map geometry. Rollouts are affiliated with heroes with high speed and freedom in their movement, such as Lucio, Wrecking Ball, and Doomfist. Rotate. To move as a team into a new direction or pushing into a new lane of the map. This is done in response to the enemy team's position or ultimate usage. Rotating is an extremely important concept that maximizes your team's chances of winning a fight because it helps you find the most optimal route in a situation. Space. Physical area in the map. Having or taking space is important because it provides room for your teammates to take positions and angles on the enemy team. Smurf. An account that is lower elo than your main account. Smurfs are commonly low level and are owned by players whose skill level are higher than the actual rank given to that account. They could also be used as alternative accounts, which is popular within the high ranks. Some people can gather multiple Smurf accounts and fill the top leaderboards with them. Snowballing. To win a fight and continue to push for stagger kills on the enemy team. Snowballing can be extremely detrimental for the enemy team because it stalls out their regroup for even longer and gives ult charge to the team snowballing. But at the same time, if the enemy team is able to stay in safe locations, regroup with others, or if they're mechanically gifted enough, they can punish you for trying to snowball. Solo ult. To use an ultimate to kill a single person. Some ultimates are justifiable to solo ult with, such as Post Bomb or Bastion ult, but mostly solo ulting is a form of BM and is usually frowned upon because it's disrespectful in nature. A disrespectful solo ult, for example, would be a Sombra solo EMPing a single Zenyatta walking out of spawn, completely away from his team. Solo ulting is so disrespectful because of how much potential value is wasted by using an ultimate just on one person. Spawn camp or spawn hold. To purposely kill players who are just coming out of the spawn room or hold the enemy spawn doors to prevent enemies from coming out. This strategy can be effective but is mostly done out of spite or in a disrespectful manner. Usually the team that is spawn camping is dramatically better than the team being held in spawn. But in some cases, spawn holding can be a viable strategy, such as on Havana. Some people on Havana defense like to hold the spawn doors on a brawl comp because it gives the defender side an extra team fight to hold the first point of the map. Squishy. Heroes that have low amount of health. In Overwatch 2's case, 250. Or basically every hero except for tanks. These heroes are the easiest to kill because of their low health pool and should be focused when using ultimates and abilities because they are more likely to die than the tanks are. Stagger. To purposely delay killing enemies to delay their regroup for the next fight. This is done after the team fight is heavily won in your team's favor. Since you're purposely taking longer to kill an enemy, it will take longer for the enemy team to regroup because they have to wait for all of their teammates to respawn. Popular stagger targets are Baby Divas and Mercies since they don't pose much threat on their own, making them easily staggerable. Stall. To drag out the overtime timer or the contested timer on the objective. Stalling is important for wasting the clock and it can stunt progress from the enemy team. Stalling can include contesting the payload to stall the enemy progress, staying on a point while having it captured to gain more percentage for your team, or keeping overtime alive. Swap, or switch, to change your hero to a different hero. This is commonly done when your hero is not viable against the enemy team, so you switch to a better hero for the situation you're in. Swing, to turn around a corner. Swinging is dangerous and should be called out to your teammates when done. Swinging takes space from around the corner, but also makes you vulnerable because you're jumping into a kill box. Take blank, to control a certain area of the map. This term is followed up with the part of the map that someone wants to take control of, such as high ground or a map-specific location like cages. Taxi, to help someone travel the map faster, most commonly from the spawn room. There are 3 cases in which this term is used. The first being a Lucio providing speed for a teammate, second being letting a Mercy fly towards a teammate, and third being someone letting a Kiriko TP to them. All of these provide a faster method of transportation, hence the name taxiing someone. Tech, mechanical techniques or tricks that can perform special moves using the preset abilities given. Tech uses the sandbox a hero provides to create tricks and techniques that improve gameplay. The most common tech is movement tech, which improves players' movement. An example of this is Iari's Leap. If you use Leap and hold the jump button, it will do a small B-hop, which will carry your momentum. These special techniques will improve your gameplay and add more possibilities to your movement. Tempo, the speed or playstyle that your hero or team comp should be played at. Tempo could be slow, such as in Poke, or it can be fast, such as in Brawl. Your playstyle when playing a hero should match the tempo that they should be played at to get value out of your hero or team composition. Taking tempo means to force the fight into your tempo speed to better your chances of winning the team fight. Once the game is being played at your tempo that your composition is favored in, your team will have easier times winning fights and can gain momentum. Throw, to play at a significantly bad level that often hinders the overall performance of your team. Throwing could also be intentional as a toxic practice of purposely losing the game out of anger or annoyance. Touch, to get onto the point, contesting it in the process. This callout is for objective stressed situations, such as sparking overtime. By touching within the last 4.2 seconds of the point capture, you can trigger overtime to appear, which is crucial for giving your team a chance on retaking the objective. To keep overtime running, a team should continuously touch the objective until they recapture it. Heroes that touch should be quick and be able to get off the objective easily without high risk. A good strategy is rotating touches to maximize the potential amount of overtime so the team can regroup as much as possible for the fight. Good heroes to touch include Ball, Tracer, Lucio, Kiriko, and others. TP, teleport. This callout is mainly affiliated with Symmetra and Kiriko. When calling TP on Symmetra, you're calling that you're about to place your teleporter for the team and they should take it with you, or get value out of it by taking split angles using the teleporter. On Kiriko, it usually means your Kiri is looking for someone to teleport to either escape a situation or travel across the map efficiently. Reaper also has a TP but requires almost no team play, so it is usually not called out unless you are calling that an enemy Reaper has TP'd into a position that concerns your team. Trade, to get a pick or picks in response to the enemy team getting pick or picks on your team. Trades are like transactions within the kill feed, and by getting trades, you are balancing the strength between both teams by devaluing or matching the pick advantage of the enemy team. Ult, ultimate, a shortened version of the word for callouts. It can also be used as a verb, as in to ult. When someone says they're ulting, it means that they're about to use their ultimate. Ult advantage. When a team has more or better ultimates than the enemy team. The team with the ult advantage is heavily favored in the fight and should use those ultimates to easily win the team fight. Ult economy. Ult economy is the process of rotating the use of ultimates to most effectively and consistently win team fights. To keep a stable ult economy, ults should be planned out before the fight. Have an ultimate that you want to start the fight with and have an ultimate planned for the mid-fight. You need to avoid over-ulting or using your most important ultimates all in one fight. Saving ults for a good plan for the next fight is essential for being able to rotate ultimates. Ult tracking, the act of tracking the enemy team's ultimates. You can do this by evaluating each player on the enemy team and basing their performance to the amount of ult charge they should have made. Ult tracking helps prepare for the fight because you will know what ultimates the enemy team will use before they use them, giving you time to make a plan for those ultimates. Another part of ult tracking is keeping in mind what ultimates the enemy team used in a fight to know that they will not have it from the next fight. Ult tracking takes some thought to do, so it's best for either your tank or main support to do this task. Value. Value is the concept of getting a net positive out of using abilities and ultimates. Value can include many things, such as forcing cooldowns, getting picks, and taking space. If value is not gained, then the use of that ultimate or ability is wasted. VC, MC, TC, voice chat, match chat, and team chat. The in-game voice chat channels. When someone says this in chat, it means they want you to join the voice channel to communicate with each other. Waste. To use an ability or ultimate without getting any value or necessary value. Wasting something can mean using it for no reason and not getting any value out of it, or it can mean using it when the team fight does not require or need you to. Zim. This is a console exclusive. A device, when plugged into a console system, it can allow the use of a mouse and keyboard. It uses the keyboard and mimics the inputs of a controller into the console. It gives an unfair and heavy advantage to whoever is abusing one and is frowned upon by the console community. Zone. To take control of an area or force an enemy team out of an area by creating a threat or reason for enemies to give up space. And that's it for gameplay terminology. Now with all...
Okay. That was a lot.
And a lot of it I've actually used.
But we're gonna go do this. So how do I share this? Send. Link. Here we go. Copy that link. And then I'm also gonna do this. I'm gonna switch switch to this on the stream. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
And I'm gonna send this to you. Do. Okay. So that's the first quiz. Got like 19 questions. You can take as long as you need to do it, but actually, I think I might switch the stream back to Discord. There we go.
I'm gonna go with that one just because. Technically, there's two for that one. I think that's it.
I want some pizza.
Let's see here. I know I probably got a few wrong, but
Oh, you're done? Okay. That was quicker than I expected. Alright.
what can I say?
Except you're welcome.
No, I was gonna say, except the boner.
Alright, let's go over these. What is the term for when an enemy player is unable to be healed due to effects like Anna's Biotic Grenade or Giant Queen's Rampage? Anti and purple is correct. I prefer purple, but you can use either or. What does the term backline mean? He said the players behind the tank and frontline DPS, such as supports or snipers. That is correct. The term C9 is named after the esports organization Cloud9, who are infamous for doing what in their professional Overwatch matches? Forgetting about the objective in search of kills, causing a loss. That is correct. A narrow opening in a map that divides the attacking and defending team, and often must be passed through by the attacking team to reach the objective, is called what? Choke point. That is correct. What does the term down or up mean? He said to indicate which team has the advantage or disadvantage based on how many players are currently alive and in the team fight. Yes. Team fight is when both teams group up to fight each other. What is the significance of this term? You said the entire game is about taking team fights, unlike other shooters, which are about individual playmaking. That is correct. People underestimate how important the team fight is. What is the term for targeting an individual enemy player as a team? Focus. That is correct. What is the benefit of the areas of a map that are elevated above the ground, known as high ground? It gives better sightlines and cover than low ground. Yes. What is a kill box? An area of the map that provides advantageous sightlines to the enemy and is difficult to cross without dying. That is correct. What does low/1 mean? An enemy that has very little health and can be easily focused to secure a kill on them. That is correct. No blank is a call out used to indicate an enemy has used a powerful ability or ultimate and won't have it again for the next portion of the team fight. What are some helpful examples of this call out? I will say you got 2 out of the 3 correct. Instead of Alari no jump, I would do Mei no block instead. But the other 2 that you picked, with Mercy no res and Tracer no ult, those are correct.
Wait, what? Outburst is the jump?
Yes, that's why I say like Alari no jump.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what confused me is the wording.
Yeah, well that's the official like name of the. If you're talking about her ultimate, that's Captive Sun. That's what Alari's ultimate is called. It's called Captive Sun.
I was thinking it was that.
Yeah. Okay. Not a problem. But you got.
Well, I had the right.
Yeah.
If it was, you kind of see where I was going there.
Yeah. If that was what you were thinking was, yes, you would have had that correct. What does overextending mean? To push too far forward into the enemy team where they can easily kill you and your team cannot help you. That is correct. If you are ganged up on by the enemy team and losing the fight, which call out is used to ask a teammate for assistance to come draw attention away from you or even the odds in the fight. You said support. The answer is actually peel.
Peel?
Peel. Yep. You need to call it.
Okay.
You need peel. Yeah. So far you're doing pretty well. You've gotten literally everything except 2 correct. So
well, then again, also in the one, since my
Yeah.
mind was thinking differently about the name,
yeah.
it would have been correct at the same time. So
Yeah.
I'd say I would probably say more like 1.5 because of how my
Yeah.
mind thought.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What is a pick? The first kill in a team fight, often indicating a numbers advantage for the team that got the pick. That is correct. Space is the physical area of a map that, depending on which side controls it, dictates which side is winning the map. Which role is responsible for taking space? The correct answer is tank. It is the tank's job to control the space because they have the most health pool. They can take the most damage. So they can kind of push in more and take that.
Yeah,
space away.
I know the tank is, but for some reason something told me just to be safe, just hit all.
Well, yeah, the correct answer would be tank.
You know what I mean though on that one.
Yeah.
Like if the tank's not there, someone should be at the same time.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that is if your tank's not there, then pushing in and trying to take space as DPS or support will probably just get you killed because you don't have enough health to sustain
Fair.
the damage coming in like the tank does. So that's why we say the tank is the one to take the space. And they're often, like I say, they're often the ones that kind of dictate the flow of the team fights because they're the ones that kind of like, you know, push for that map control and try to help their team get in closer. Squishies are a term for heroes that have a maximum HP below which amount? 250, that is correct. What does it mean to stall? To prevent the enemy from capturing the point or running out over time by staying alive on the objective while you wait for your team. That is correct. Oh, to regroup. Yeah. Alt tracking is the skill of observing the enemy team closely, watching their performance, and estimating who might have their ultimate available at any given time. Which role is often tasked with trying to do alt tracking? I know in the video that it said that the tank can do it, but it's
I think everyone. I know the video said that, so I gave it that answer. But I think everyone should try to keep an eye on it personally.
It can help, but it's easiest for the support to do it. And when we get into the next part of the video, you'll see why the support is the easiest one to do alt tracking with. But yeah, the answer to that would be support. And finally, what does it mean to zone the enemy? The correct answer is to use an ultimate ability with the intention of pushing the enemy team out of a space rather than getting kills. For example, McCree or Cass's Deadeye, his ultimate, is often used as a zoning ultimate. Where yes, you can hold it and try to get kills with it, but it's also effective at zoning because when enemies hear it's high noon, they scatter. They're gonna give up that space that they were controlling to avoid getting killed. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if you don't get a kill with Deadeye, that's still providing value because you push that enemy out of that space. So, yeah, so you did pretty well. I think you only got, what, maybe like 3 or 4 wrong out of the 19. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and some of them are within reason, could be considered reasonable with certain mindset, you know? But not exactly the right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So, switching back to Discord here. We're gonna resume the video, so we're gonna have another quiz after this, but it's only gonna be for the next what? 3.5 minutes, and then we're done with the video for today. So this is kind of like more important stuff, I guess, because this quiz is gonna be like a little bit more substantial than the last one, because they threw out so much jargon in that first part that I felt like some of it wasn't even necessary. Like, you don't even need to know what Ajax is, right? It's pointless. But all of this stuff coming up is pretty important. So, just let me know when you're ready.
All right.
All this information, we can start going over the heroes, roles, and team compositions, beginning with hero classes and roles. Main tank. Both main tank and off tank terms are only relevant for the Overwatch 1 era of tank play, but I will go over them anyway. Main tanks are in charge of taking map control and creating space for their teammates. Tanks in the main tank category have tools such as shields or mobility that are specifically for their teammates to take angles in space. Main tanks include Orisa, Reinhardt, Winston, and Wrecking Ball. Mind you, this is only really relevant in Overwatch 1. Off tank. Off tanks are tanks that prioritize an area denial and establishing space that the main tank creates. These tanks have abilities that help them either reinforce control of areas, help peel for their teammates, assist the main tank, or be able to take angles and deny areas from enemies. Heroes in this category include D.Va, Roadhog, Sigma, and Zarya. Again, only really relevant in Overwatch 1. Flex DPS. DPS heroes that have projectile weapons or have hit scan weapons that are only useful at close ranges. Flex DPS also provide certain utilities and abilities that make them unique compared to the usual point and click hit scan playstyle. Heroes in the Flex DPS category include Genji, Echo, Hanzo, Tracer, Symmetra, and more. Hit scan refers to weapons or abilities that have 0 travel time and instantly damage enemies as you pull the trigger. The hero class of hit scan are heroes that have this factor as an integral part of their main damage method. Heroes like this include DPS such as Cassidy, Ashe, Widowmaker, Soldier, and others, but also some other heroes such as Baptiste and Iari. These heroes are chosen for their consistent damage at mid and far ranges. Main support. Support heroes who passively heal around them and do not require too much aim or thought into their healing. Lucio, Brigitte, Mercy, and Lifeweaver are all heroes that fall under this category. Main supports typically are responsible for fight planning and ult tracking because of their simplicity of the role, giving them a better chance to understand what is happening in the game around them. Flex support. Support heroes who require aim to play are often categorized as flex support. Heroes in this category usually have high healing or high DPS capabilities but require effort to do so, mostly oriented around aiming. Heroes in this category include Ana, Baptiste, Iari, Kiriko, Moira, and Zenyatta. Off healer. Off healers are supports who heal a low amount of health. These include Brigitte, Lifeweaver, Lucio, Mercy, and Zenyatta. This term is mostly only used in ranked because it helps categorize supports for lower rank or casual players. Main healer. Main healers are supports who can heal a high amount. These include Ana, Baptiste, Iari, Kiriko, and Moira. This term is also mostly used on the rank ladder because it helps categorize supports for lower ranks and casual players. Snipers. Heroes that have one-shot capabilities and long range. These include Widowmaker, Hanzo, Ashe, and Ana technically, but not really. Builders. Heroes with turrets or automated means of damaging or healing, such as Torbjorn, Symmetra, and Iari. Flankers. Heroes that are very effective at flanking due to their high mobility, escape capabilities, and close range effectiveness, such as Tracer, Sombra, Genji, or even Reaper. Flyers. Heroes that can fly, such as Pharah, Echo, and they're usually paired with Mercy. Okay, now that we know each hero role and their subclasses, we can put them all together to make team compositions. Team compositions are a collection of heroes that work well together because their playstyles align all together to create a common goal and playstyle for the team. Let's go over the most basic ideal compositions. Dive. A composition that's goal is to set up engages and synchronize pressure to quickly eliminate targets. This composition would include high mobility heroes that have the ability to take multiple angles or flank around the map to be able to dive the same target as their tank. The supports will be able to heal these high mobility heroes easily and would have tools that would help set up an engage. Dive comps are especially strong against heroes who cannot escape in time or are too weak to survive the dive, but usually gets outclassed by brawl comps. Dive comps could have the following heroes: Winston, D.Va, Wrecking Ball, or Doom on tank, Tracer, Sombra, Genji, or Echo on DPS, and Ana, Brig, Lifeweaver, Mercy, or Lucio on support. Poke. A composition that is revolved around taking angles and high grounds to provide as much sightline for your DPS to get picks. It is played very slow because your tempo is based off of trades and the amount of space and angles you take. Poke comps dominate open spaces because of their range, but can easily be ran over if map geometry forces teams to be close up, or if the enemy team can close the space quickly. Poke comps usually have Sigma, but in some cases D.Va on tank, Ashe, Widowmaker, Hanzo, Soldier, Cass, or even Tracer on DPS, and Baptiste, Zen, Brig, Iari, or Mercy on support. Brawl, a composition that focuses on grouping up and challenging the enemy team up close. Brawl comps need to take space around corners and map geometry to then make a commitment onto the enemy team. Brawl comps are extremely beefy and do a dangerous amount of damage up close, but they do have a lot of trouble getting to the enemy team, which makes Poke very effective against it if you rotate correctly. Map geometry plays a big role on if Brawl is a good composition or not to play, but when it is, Brawl comps dominate the close quarters environments. Brawl heroes include Reinhardt, Ramattra, Mauga, Junker Queen, Orisa, or Doom on tank, Cass, Sojourn, Mei, Reaper, Symmetra, Junkrat, or Venture on DPS, and Lucio, Baptiste, Moira, or Kiriko on support. Lucio's speed is essential for Brawl comps, so Lucio must be played at all times. Goats. This composition was a thing of the past, but I will explain it for the new players. In Overwatch 1, there was no role lock for a part of the game's life cycle, And during this time, a contender's team called GOATS created their own composition of 3 tanks and 3 supports. This composition traditionally included Reinhardt, Zarya, D.Va, Lucio, Brigitte, and Zenyatta. With this combination of heroes, GOATS was an unstoppable force having so much health and brawl potential. GOATS played based off of tempo and looked for any opportunity to catch enemies that were separated. It was like a big unstoppable death ball and it forced everyone into playing GOATS, which eventually led to
pause it for a
Roblox
second
being
and go back a
implemented
little
in
bit
the
to the
game.
beginning
Now,
of
with
the comps.
Okay. Want to look at the comps again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Positions. Dive. A composition
Something
that's
came to
goal
me.
is to set up engages and synchronize pressure to quickly eliminate targets. This composition would include high mobility heroes that have the ability to take multiple angles or flank around the map to be able to dive the same target as their tank. The supports would be able to heal these high mobility heroes easily and would have tools that would help set up an engage. Dive comps are especially strong against heroes who cannot escape in time or are too weak to survive the dive, but usually gets outclassed by brawl comps. Dive comps could have the following heroes: Winston, D.Va, Wrecking Ball, or Doom on tank, Tracer, Sombra, Genji, or Echo on DPS, and Ana, Brig, Lifeweaver, Mercy, or Lucio on support. Poke. A composition that is revolved around taking angles and high grounds to provide as much sightline for your DPS to get picks. It is played very slow because your tempo is based off of trades and the amount of space and angles you take. Poke comps dominate open spaces because of their range, but can easily be ran over if map geometry forces teams to be close up, or if the enemy team can close the space quickly. Poke comps usually have Sigma, but in some cases D.Va on tank, Ashe, Widowmaker, Hanzo, Soldier, Cass, or even Tracer on DPS, and Baptiste, Zen, Brig, Iari, or Mercy on support. Brawl, a composition that focuses on grouping up and challenging the enemy team up close. Brawl comps need to take space around corners and map geometry to then make a commitment onto the enemy team. Brawl comps are extremely beefy and do a dangerous amount of damage up close, but they do have a lot of trouble getting to the enemy team, which makes Poke very effective against it if you rotate correctly. Map geometry plays a big role on if Brawl is a good composition or not to play, but when it is, Brawl comps dominate the close quarters environments. Brawl heroes include Reinhardt, Ramattra, Mauga, Junker Queen, Orisa, or Doom on tank, Cass, Sojourn, Mei, Reaper, Symmetra, Junkrat, or Venture on DPS, and Lucio, Baptiste, Moira, or Kiriko on support. Lucio's speed is essential for Brawl comps, so Lucio must be played at all times. GOATS. This composition was a thing of the past, but I will explain it for the new players. In Overwatch 1, there was no role lock for a part of the game's life
So
cycle.
there's three-
And during this time, a contender's
Goats
team
is not
called GOATs
something to worry
created their
about.
own composition
So we
of
have
3
at
tanks
least
and 3
three
supports.
different
This composition
types.
traditionally
Yeah,
included
Goats-
Reinhardt,
Goats is
Zarya,
kind of only a thing in
D.Va,
Overwatch 1.
Lucio,
But
Brigitte,
you'll hear people talk
With
about it
this
because of how
combination
dominant
of
it
heroes,
was
GOATs was an unstoppable
Yeah.
force,
back in the
having
day,
so much
but you
health
can't
and
really
brawl
do it
potential.
anymore because
GOATs
yeah,
Well,
played
the
based
reason
off
I'm
of tempo
saying
and
that-
looked for any opportunity to catch enemies that were separated. It was like a big unstoppable
the reason
death
I'm
ball,
saying
and it
is we
forced
need to
everyone into
think
playing
about
GOATs, which eventually led
least
to roll-off being
three
implemented in the game. Now,
three
with all of that out of the
main
way,
for each comp. One for each comp at least. I'm
What?
thinking we should at least try to have at least 3 mains, one for each comp
Mm-hmm.
type, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna give you the second quiz, which goes over the last, like, 3.5 minutes of the video. That's almost just as long. Alright.
Isn't it ironic that I stopped you once we were at this point? It's like, wait a minute, something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It, something came to me in that regard.
Let me message you this new quiz. There we go. And we're gonna go back to here. I'm gonna say we will get into not next week, but I think it's the week after. Get into more specifics on the actual team comps and how to actually play the team comps. I just didn't want to like overload it too much this on this week.
Double check my thoughts. That one I probably have wrong. That one. Might have this. I have this one. Might have be more wrong in this one than the other. But I'm going with my first answer on all of them.
Okay.
Because I've had sometimes second guessed myself and then it'd be wrong. You know?
Yeah. All right. All right. What does it mean when a hero is a main tank? They utilize their superior health pools and shields to take map control away from the enemy. That's correct. What does it mean when a hero is an off tank? The correct answer is they utilize their increased mobility to help peel for teammates and excel at aerial denial.
That's why I second guessed myself on that one or at first before I even clicked the answer.
Mm-hmm.
I love when I do that.
Which of the following is a main tank? Reinhardt, that's correct. Which of the following is an off tank? The correct answer is Zarya. However, I know in the video they say Wrecking Ball is a main tank. Personally, I don't feel like he is. Because, yes, he has a superior health pool than most of the tanks, but he's also not standing there tanking damage. He's using his mobility to kind of harass the enemy team, do the aerial denial like an off tank. So, I'm not going to fault you too much for that. I mean, technically the correct answer is Zarya, But I'm not going to fault you too much for that because, yeah, Wrecking Ball seems like he's an off-tank to me. What does it mean when a hero is a hit scan hero? The bullets from their weapon have no travel time and damage targets as soon as the trigger is pulled. That is correct. What does it mean when a hero is a projectile hero? The bullets from their weapon have a travel time between when they pull the trigger and when the bullets hit their target. That is correct. Which of the following is a hit scan hero? Widowmaker. That is correct. Which of the following is a projectile hero? Pharah. That is also correct. What does it mean when a hero is a main support? Their healing is passive, allowing them to focus on fight planning and ult tracking. That is correct. See, that's why the support is best to do ult tracking, because they're not distracted by having to aim at many things or focus too much about healing. A lot of their healing is just kind of click and hold the button, or you don't even have to hold any buttons, like Lucio, right? Like, you can just kind of sit there and kind of turn your brain off to it and focus on other things around you, and that's why they're good at ult tracking. What does it mean when a hero is a flex support? They provide adequate healing and damage, but require more aim to do so. That is correct. What does it mean when a hero is an off healer? They heal a low amount of health, but provide utility in other ways, such as speed or debuffs. That is correct. What does it mean when a hero is a main healer? They provide high healing output to their team. That is correct. Which hero is a main support? Yes, Lucio is the correct option. Which hero is a flex support? The correct answer there would be Moira. Moira is considered more of a flex support because she can deal pretty good damage along with her healing. Which hero is an off healer? I believe, yes, Lifeweaver is the correct answer there. And which healer is a main healer? That would be actually Ana. As the correct answer for that one, because they provide a high healing output. What is the goal of a dive composition? To use high mobility heroes to quickly overwhelm the enemy with coordinated dives on targets. That is correct. What is the goal of a poke composition? To take high ground and enable the DPS to take advantageous sight lines in order to get picks. That is correct. And what is the goal of a brawl composition? To rush directly into the enemy team and overwhelm them with close range damage. That is also correct. So, I think you only got like what, 2, 3 wrong?
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So yeah, pretty good. All right. So, let's switch back to Discord for a second. And then I'm going to open the game. So that concludes the lesson for today, and now we get into the actual practice.
You know what I still think's funny as hell?
What?
Let me screen share real quick.
Actually, I'm gonna switch over to match comms.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just watched a clip where on YouTube saying about Earth used to be in the Star Wars in Earth is technically in Star Wars canon, but apparently it got the entire planet itself got abducted.
Ah.
but it was called Uroth. But here's the funny thing. It got me thinking back to something again.
Yeah.
Alright, so you know about the thing in the Baltic Sea, right?
No.
They found a vehicle in the Baltic Sea, or a strange anomalous shape.
Mm-hmm.
They found this. They're saying Millennium Falcon like. That does not look Millennium Falcon like.
No, it doesn't.
But when you look at that ship design compared to the Ebon Hawk,
Yeah.
that looks like it's the fucking Ebon Hawk design.
Yeah. All right.
So if anything, it's a dynamic class freighter. If anything.
Mm-hmm.
And what type was the Millennium Falcon? Let's see here.
Why do they only have fucking cheese pizza? Where's the fucking create your own pizza?
Now.
I'm so confused. I'm getting on.
Yeah, here's the difference right here too. Corellian light freighter. This is just a dynamic class freighter. So they're two different freaking ships. That's a dynamic. Guaranteed fucking T. I gotta update my freaking Xbox thing real quick. Is there any new news? You know what I'd like to do?
Well,
If we found a way to pool our money, I'd like to go see the anomaly firsthand.
Hmm.
What about you?
yeah.
Because you know it'd be even funnier. We go there, and we end up finding an actual way into the fucking thing, and it actually is. Yep. You know, that'd be hilarious as hell, wouldn't it? I think it'd be hilarious at least. And it'd even be funnier if it was functioning. What do you think?
Mm.
Just imagine going down into the depths, looking at the anomaly, finding a way in, and realizing that the ship still is in good enough condition to be functioning. Then the matter would be getting it the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess we're getting a large then. They don't have fucking onion rings here though. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. There we go. That's what I want. And then do you have onion rings? You do have onion rings. Okay, you're expensive, but whatever. Jesus fucking yeah, fuck. $45 for pizza and onion rings.
Holy shit.
No, I'll go somewhere cheaper. Oh, they do have onion rings. Oh, okay.
Onion.
Okay, $23 plus the whatever delivery fee is much more reasonable. Okay. Yeah, about $30. That's better. Okay. I'm getting pizza.
I don't have any cash right now, otherwise I probably would too.
All right. Invite. Alright, we're gonna start up with some quick play. Now, I'm recommending that from days when we're actually like doing training, that we pick a role and stick to it. So like I'm gonna go support. Tank. All right. I'd also recommend turning off match chat. Oh, well, I'm gonna turn off match chat because I don't want people fucking flaming me. But go to the practice range.
You know what? Let's see if I can do this with this character.
Consider yourself cratered. I am on fire. I'm on fire. What else is new? Ring deployed. Supporting at T=0. Wow, you fell far. Power in orbit. You are too close. Maximum velocity. Pulsar's out.
Bump the tracer.
Well done, climbing from down there.
Enjoy the climb back up, bitch.
Breaking me down just builds me up.
Don't be catching left.
Double fired up right now. I meant to do that. Double, you should have yielded. Let me help you with
I'm kind of practicing this for a reason, just to let you know.
Ah,
Just think about it. If I hit someone, I probably should try to do this right here. Literally stop. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, in case, like, you know what I mean?
Well, good to practice not going off the edge.
Yes.
Plenty from down there.
Special delivery.
That too. So a game of Bump the Tracer is definitely helpful for that regard.
Hmm.
Try something different next time.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Sticky bag. Roll it to me. I hope you weren't holding back.
I'm on fire. What else is new?
I'll find my own path. Let me balance you out. I'm on fire.
Okay.
Okay, so what comp would be good for this area?
Well, this is quick play. I'm not too worried about the comps. And like I say, we're
Well,
gonna.
well, what I mean is, for this particular map, what would you think?
Speed.
Speed?
Hmm.
So probably Diva then. I'm kind of putting myself in thinking doing comps,
Personally, when I get the most kills, okay?
just so I can get a feel for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mission readiness protocols engaged. I'm good to go.
'Cause if I can start feeling out comps from each map, we could probably get some good tactics going.
Mm-hmm.
Round one. Capture the objective. You want that louder? On your toes and ready to go.
Remember some of the call-outs too.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, double clock it.
Yeah, and we also got it.
Shit. Shit. Back.
Yep, I'm falling back as best I can.
Alright,
Now I forgot about the baby diva.
I think we need more, might need more healing.
Rejoining. Soldier high.
Yeah, I see him.
Has a Moira with him.
I'm trapped.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get in there. Falling back.
Oh shit.
And they're chasing me down the what was the term? What was it? I was trying to remember they definitely were trying to chase a kill there.
Alright, I have beat. Where's everyone? We got everyone? Alright, let's go for it. Junkrat's isolated. He's low.
No co.
Yep.
Don't have coalescence.
Ah.
Nearly had my ult.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get to use it, but
Best round lost.
Well, none of us got a kill, so.
0.
not even our other teammates.
No.
Holy.
Everyone ready?
I carry my burdens alone. 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Healing pylon out.
Happened quick, just so I can get back in the game.
Oh, shit. Heal.
I overextended on purpose. Did not work though.
Fetcher here.
It's plan did not work.
Well, this match is actually just dog shit.
What am I missing?
Moira down.
Humanity is shackled.
Not Moira, Soldier
I
down.
hold the key. The sick for the parched. You merely ask for my easily made manifest. I offer something more.
Tried to push him out on the spot a little bit.
Bro. You know what's funny to me?
What's that?
Arjuno was bitching at you that you didn't know how to move, yet you're one of the only ones with a kill.
Surrender to my will. Your end is with
This is why we start with quick play. Gotta get in the groove.
Press forward on the left stick. Yeah, right.
I'm glad that shit don't bother you, Nord, because...
I push forward on the left stick. I don't go forward. I just move. Of course I go forward. I can walk. I don't zoom. Shoulder button go make me go zoom. What dumbass? You know what I mean? He's big dumbass, yes.
Oh, shit.
What?
Somebody posted a actual USDA school recipe card for rectangle pizza. You're welcome.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Oh my god. Roxanne Wolf slippers.
Oh, dear heavens.
The Roxanne Wolf slippers stay on during sex. Damn, queues are long as hell though.
I noticed.
Hey. All right. I think I would have had more success with Moira had I picked her earlier before. So.
Okay, so what do you think here for this type of match?
For push.
Probably a brawl.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's like a lot of choke points, so.
I'm gonna go with Junker.
Yeah.
Humanity is shackled. I hold the key. Yet another stretch of cloudless skies and idyllic ocean views. Wonderful.
I didn't realize I was standing in the fire.
5, 4, 3,
Roasting your 50s?
1.
Alright.
Watch out for that Ryan. I gotcha.
He missed.
Time to put a stop to their efforts.
Ryan low. Nice.
Ryan down.
Mercy down. Moira.
Back in control.
Moria.
Fend for themselves.
Got it. Oh, there she goes.
Got the Moira. Got him staggered.
Alright. Took out Genji. Or Genji down.
Soldiering down.
Ryan coming up from the left.
Yep. Gonna probably charge.
Oh, I'm on point. So.
Yep, me too. Nice. Checkpoint.
Up.
Soldiering down.
Moira and Ryan coming up from behind.
Yep.
Back line.
I got out of there. I'm gonna regroup.
Cure for all the veils.
I have coalescence. Alright. Ah, stunned. Down.
Down.
Okay, we got 3 ults on board.
They're gaining on us. Stop them.
Dragon Blade and
I'm-
Orbital Ray.
I'm at 80.
Alright, we know we got the ult advantage.
Yep.
Alright, gonna pop coal.
Oh.
Nice.
Claiming the robot.
Nice.
Pulled him away from the point.
I mean, I think we kind of overutilized all those ults, but we won at least.
I'm at 92, so.
Genji staggered.
We cannot allow them
Backing
to
up.
the robot.
Guess only me and Nugget.
Alright, well, fuck that Ryan then.
Are we all together?
No. We got our Genji. Need healing.
You know when we're
Alright,
all
do it,
together.
do it. Watch out for Railgun. Watch out Coalescence.
Revive Coalescence.
Nice. Nice.
How
Got
many
right
times
above.
have I
Right above, right above.
right above? Genji coming up, but from behind.
Got the Genji. Ryan's still up there. I got Coalescence.
I'm at 29.
Mercy behind. Oh, Ryan. Got the Mercy. Watch out for Railgun.
I'm at 50%.
Genji low. Ah, stunned. Watch out for Coalescence. Shit, Genji ult. Ah, I'm down.
My essence has reformed.
Coming back.
I am blasting off. Victory is in sight. But don't get caught.
Bye-bye, Ryan.
All hail the Queen.
Coming back. Back up. Ah, shit. Got the Mercy.
Hopefully you guys are close.
Got the
Hopefully I
Sojourn.
stalled them.
Nice.
I stalled them enough. Stalled for sure. That's for sure. You
Whew.
know what I mean?
Yep. Alright. I'm gonna pause the queue and go get my food. Yes, I agree, Spray and Pray. Juno is hot. Very nice. Alright. I shall return.
I probably should go make something myself.
Okay. I have food now.
I'm trying to decide what I want because I have to either make ramen or popcorn. Because I have no bread. Make sandwich.
¿Por qué no los dos? ¿Por qué no los dos?
I don't speak Taco Bell.
Saying why not both? Why not ramen and popcorn? Put popcorn on top of your ramen.
How would that even work?
Or season your popcorn with the ramen seasoning.
I've actually done that. Alright, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I did is I had some sweet and sour sauce from ramen from another day.
Mm.
What I did is I put it in over top the noodles, uncooked, put some water in, heated it up, and now I'm letting it steep to try to cook new noodles.
Sweet and sour ramen. That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm. And here's the funniest thing: it's chicken ramen too.
Sweet. So basically, you're doing sweet and sour chicken, essentially.
Yes, yes, I am.
That's great. Also, I hope the mic quality isn't actually ass because I realized I was streaming with the quadcast, and now I switched over to the actual headset mic, which I know is not as good, but I figured will pick up more. So. Okay. I'll have another onion ring, and then I can. These onion rings are fire.
Dear gods. So many people are fucking obsessed with Ghost.
Ah.
One of my AI things.
Mm.
There's so many fucking ghosts.
Oh, on my Chai AI, I can't tell you the number of like K-pop boy band members, but not that show up. But not only that, they're always like emotionally detached, rude, mean versions of them.
Jeez.
Like specifically like Jungkook, but he's your boyfriend and he hates you. Like. Hello.
Hello.
Ah, Pere.
Hello there.
How are you, Pere?
Not too bad. The meeting went okay. Just me. I was the only person to show up for it besides Izumi, and
Oh, no, that sounds somewhat familiar.
What the fuck? They gave me ketchup? I've never had onion rings with ketchup. I wonder how that would be. No.
Not bad. Definitely not the best. Best with ranch.
yeah. And apparently she can't go without my organization skills.
Ah.
She said, "Penny, I don't know what I'd do without you."
Hey, remember back in the day when you thought you were shit at doing club stuff and you felt really bad about it?
Yeah, I also remember back in the day when I used to get really annoyed at you getting depressed and leaving all the time, and now I'm just like, it's what you want to do? Okay. Not saying that in a bad way, I'm just saying that people change and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. What do you think, Nora? Do you want one more quick play or you want to hit the ladder?
I may as well go for it.
Alright.
Why the fuck not?
So, just letting you know, the thing I have with the friend is, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. It's in 6 hours. I might be back in 3 hours, because Izumi only wants to hang out for 3 hours. And then, after that, obviously.
Yeah, we're running a little bit late, because obviously Nord's the only one who showed up.
Well, where's everyone else? Where's,
Agents with Space.
Which that's a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
Rias
is claims their PS5 controller broke, yet I see them playing other games, so I'm kind of like, eh. But
you mentally are calling bullshit.
Yeah, because it says they're playing on PlayStation.
And Sky said he was going to show up and never did. So. Oh well.
So, yeah, I think it's time we start looking outside of our friend group for teammates at this point.
Yeah.
You could try Teo.
I mean, I'd try Teo as long as as long as Temptress was never even involved in anything.
Temptress has left. Temptress has been. I don't know. Also, just reminder, my sister gets out at 4:30, so I'll have to leave. Hang on.
What do you mean? You and all your party members must be in the same competitive pool.
Also, just remember, my sister gets out at 4:30. 4, 5,
We can't
6.
do competitive.
Ah.
But just the two of us.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm with you guys for 2 hours then.
Well, what do you want? Since we can't do competitive, what do you want to do?
I just need to relax for a moment.
I don't understand why we can't do competitive.
Oh, what's the problem? What's it saying?
You and all party members of your party must be in the same competitive pool. But like when we were with Agent before, it worked just fine. What is wide groups now only 3 and 5 people?
Okay. While console and PCs are able to play together in most modes, Blizzard has decided to keep competitive play separate since most PC players have small advantages through extra options and micro adjustments to aim. Console players only have an advantage through aim assist, which is disabled when
we know
queuing with a PC player, so...
Yeah, we've played in competitive before together. It says wide groups can consist of duos. Oh, wait a minute. What? No? Because they removed the restrictions. I thought.
Can't play ranked cross-platform.
No, it's not the cross-platform part that's the problem. It's the wide group. But it says that we can do duos.
Did you say Y group?
Yeah. But like I say, when I was looking into it before, it said that they removed
Are you sure it's Y as in like... Are you sure it's Y as in like Y, the letter Y?
wide.
A wide group.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the problem again?
Hang on, I'm looking into it.
Speaking of improvements, we'll be making some more changes in mid-season 9 and season 10. One of the largest of these will include the removal of grouping restrictions in season 10. Okay, we'd like people to be able to play with their friends in every area of the game. However, we'd also like to keep Overwatch's competitive integrity intact. Groups with a large.
I don't know. It's. Maybe it's.
Have you both selected wide groups?
No, you don't select it. The game just does it in the back end.
Can you share your screen and show me so I can see? Because I prefer a visual representation to. Okay.
We played with Agent before. And Scott. Well, we haven't played competitive with Sky, but we played with Agent before. And it was just fine.
So, competitive. How do you know if it's a wide group or not?
If the. Well. That's the confusing part, is because wide group is supposed to be for players who were within, like, let's see, I think they have a thing on it here. Tier Legend. Yeah, here we go. Groups may be wide when 5 divisions apart. But
Are you sure that you've done competitive together before?
yes.
And you're sure Nord was on PC and not Xbox at the time?
No, he was on Xbox.
Yes. I was on Xbox.
Me and Agent were both on PC. But it doesn't say, and also it used to be where it was like, oh, well, again, like, the ranks really haven't changed or anything, so I don't.
Does Nord have Overwatch on the PC?
I've tried getting him to get it, but he thinks his computer won't be able to handle it, so.
With how my computer's been lately, it will not handle it.
What do you mean how it's been?
It's getting slower and it's starting to lag.
Really?
It's starting to die.
How? You only just recently bought it.
Well, then
It's
again,
been about a year now.
You also got
and
to
it
realize
was refurbished.
it has parts from over 10 years ago. And
Nord, have you been saving up your money at all?
Yeah, slowly am.
How much have you got?
Let's see here. Let me check the my stock thing.
Stock?
Yeah, I have a thing called Acorns that I'm trying to keep money adding into for stuff like this. Currently at 162.
Is that it?
Yep.
Can you go back to the previous page quickly just so I can type out what was on there?
I'm looking in it myself, but I'm.
Okay. For players on PC means that you can only play against other PC players in competitive mode. Attempting to team up with a console-owning buddy for competitive purposes will result in the following message: you and all members of your party must be in the same competitive pool.
Yeah,
in
but
theory,
they've also changed a lot too. They've you got to look when this was posted too, because they've even just in the last couple months they've changed a lot of.
Yeah, I'm still reading. In theory, there's one competitive pool for PCers and one for consoles, meaning that players on consoles should be able to play with other console users regardless of their exact platform. However, there are reports that this error message is popping up when console players on different systems, blah 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 blah.
The only thing I can think of is the fact that because we had 2 PC players, that before that the Y group was considered that even though Nord is on console, that it was
not substantial enough to
I
ruin the competitive integrity of the match. So they just let us.
I suppose the only way to test this would be to. Well, actually, no, I can't even join.
Yeah, you don't even qualify for competitive. So.
Well, I don't know. Maybe message somebody and see who's available. Like maybe message Sky.
I have messaged Sky and he just had no response. So.
I'm trying to think.
So the only thing that I can think of is that because Agent was also PC, that it figured that having one console player in the lobby was not gonna.
Well, why don't you message Agent and see if he's available just to test the theory out?
He doesn't have his PC with him because he's at Spaces.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's alright. You can just go back to quick play. I'm just very confused because it says that you can do a wide group with a duo, and yet it's not letting us. Check current competitive season, bronze 4.
Sign up, add friend, Overwatch.
So if it is this whole thing about console and PC having different pools, that being said, we may have to have different divisions. A console division and a PC division.
Well, like I say, we played with Agent before in competitive.
Yeah, we now need to figure out why that time worked, but now it's not. But if that's what I'm saying, we'll have to test it and find out, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what we'll have.
All right. Well.
And you're 100% certain that you were not in quick play at all.
Yes. I can even show you. Well, if it's still there, I hope it is. History, game reports. Wait a minute. Hold on. Competitive. Oh, resets every patch. Damn. So I lost that fucking replay. Whatever.
Well, then, guess it's just
quick play.
You'll have to
test it and find out.
If Sky gets on, you can test it. So, yeah.
Alright.
You can stop share screening, by the way.